In this video, I'm going to show you how I transform my boring living room into this. If you're interested in any of the materials that I'm going to be using in this video, make sure you check out the links down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's get into the video. Our living room spans about 182 inches, so before I order anything, I need to double check and make sure that everything fits perfectly. In the center of the living room, I'm building an entertainment center that will be 71 inches, so there's a really tight tolerance, especially for the cabinet drawers that are going to be sitting beside it. Between the two, that's pretty much going to take up all of the space, leaving no room for error. Behind the cabinet drawers, I'm installing wooden vertical slats, which is going to add texture and depth and really bring this whole space to life. On the entertainment center itself, I'm adding an electrical fireplace for warmth and to elevate the feel and look of the room. Above that, I'm going to be installing a mantle that's going to hold a sound bar for the full cinematic and audio experience. And lastly, we're going to be installing an 85-inch TV for the full visual experience as well. Using a laser level, I made sure that all of my measurements were exactly where the entertainment center and the side cabinet dressers were going to go. While using the laser level isn't required, it really helps you lock in those accurate measurements. Once I had everything measured out, I used blue painter's tape to outline all of my marks. This gave me a clear visual layout of the entire setup. The goal here is to make sure that everything fits perfectly so that the whole unit looks like one seamless piece. On the back wall, I'm attaching 2x4s directly to the studs behind the drywall, creating a solid backing. This is going to give the entertainment a sturdy foundation to prevent any side-to-side movement later on. With our foundation in place, it's time to go ahead and start building the frame for our entertainment center. To keep the frame solid and secure, I'm attaching it directly to the base that I built earlier. You can see right here where the frame meets the base. This connection point lets me screw everything together tightly. With the electrical work out of the way, it's time to go ahead and start installing our batten board. When adding these panels, make sure that they're all facing the same direction. I originally thought that both sides were exactly the same and ended up having to remove some and reinstall them. If you're doing this at home, remember that each panel should have a small gap when it's properly placed. If there's no gap, there's a good chance that you have your panel on backwards and you need to go ahead and flip it around. I'm installing the fireplace in this section, so I'm using the router to cut the batten board flush. This gives the cut a seamless professional finish, which really makes all the difference for the final look. I just shot a nail through my finger. Yeah. I was holding the back of this. I was trying to like push this in, and I did that. No, it like pushed my finger, shot my finger back. The holes that I'm cutting here are going to allow me to place all of the wires behind the wall, keeping everything hidden. To finish off the top of the entertainment center, I went ahead and added crown molding. To do this, I cut all of my angles at 45 degrees, and then I secured everything in place using my brad nail gun. Once everything was assembled, I went ahead and filled all of the holes using wood filler to get ready for paint. Once all the holes were filled, it was time to go ahead and tape everything off and get ready to go ahead and start painting. The fireplace mantle installation was surprisingly simple. I'd secure the French cleat using only 4 screws and then it's ready to go. When I built the frame, I made sure that there was a stud running right behind where the mantle would sit, making sure that it had a good place to anchor in at. As for all the wires, they run neatly behind the mantle, keeping everything hidden and giving the setup a clean look. For the electrical outlets on both sides, I went ahead and added the faceplates. But let me know in the comment section down below if I should have went with black instead. The next thing that I'm going to be installing is the fireplace. And this thing is packed with features and I purchased it for only $209. Since I live in Florida, I was mainly looking for a fireplace with a good visual appeal. But this fireplace offered up so much more. Not only can you actually heat the room, but it's also very touch safe, which means it's perfect for my dogs who tend to lick just about everything. This fireplace comes with a full range of color options. It's also very easy to change the vibe of the room, and it comes with 6 different brightness settings, so it's super customizable. If you're interested in this product, I'll be leaving a link down below, so make sure you go check it out. Huh? When I measured the frame for the fireplace, I completely forgot about the outlet sitting on the right side. To fix this, I notched out a small pocket in the frame, and well, you'll see how it turned out. Alright, with that little headache out of the way, it's time to move on to something a little bit more enjoyable. For the vertical slats, I used liquid nails to adhere them to the wall, and then I added a few screws to lock them into place. Simple, clean, and super satisfying to install. For the next part of this build, I'm going to do something that haunts just about every single American homeowner, and that's installing Ikea-style furniture. For anyone that's ever tackled one of these projects, they know that there's a few golden rules. Don't lose any of the tiny screws, don't finish with any mystery pieces left over, and my least favorite, actually following the instructions that come in the box. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to end up having to build 2 of these for both sides of the entertainment center. Don't worry, we're going to go ahead and skip straight to the installation, but I do want to remind you, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. The last thing I'm going to be installing is an 85-inch TV, and for the ultimate movie experience, I'll be installing these fancy LED lights. These lights are next level when it comes to creating the ultimate cinematic experience. They project ambient lighting behind the TV, which matches whatever's on the screen. Whether it's a movie, show, or a game, it really makes you feel like you're right there. I paired these lights with my soundbar and my subwoofer, making the setup feel like a full home theater. Installing these lights was actually super easy. All you need to do is peel and stick the mounting clips onto each corner of the TV and then run the lights through them. Each strip itself has adhesive as well, so it sticks directly to the back of the TV and it actually holds surprisingly well. As for the sync box, you'll need to plug it into any streaming device such as a Roku, PS5, Xbox, or whatever you're using to stream. Once everything's plugged in and hooked up, you should be good to go. The last thing you're going to need to do is go ahead and cut the LED strip down to size. Now let's take a look at the final results. Our living room used to be, well, let's just say it wasn't anything to be excited about. But now, it's become a place where we actually want to spend time at after a long day. A space where we can unwind with a loved one, kick back and watch a movie, or host an ultimate game night with family and friends. It's the perfect spot to enjoy a cocktail and share some laughs. While most of my renovations are all about increasing property value, this one felt a little bit different. This one brought our family a little bit closer together. And honestly, that made it all worth it, every single dollar spent. So if you're thinking about renovating your living room, I'd say go for it. At the end of the day, I'm just a regular guy who loves transforming spaces. And if I can do it, trust me, anyone can.